Hi everybody, right, I'm going to try it again now. So this is the second half of the maze guidance. I'm so sorry that whatever's been happening this month with it. But anyway, maybe it's a good thing because this time I can just talk to you about 3 different things that you can do to support yourself this month. So first of all, we were talking about this, the infinity symbol. Now, I'm going to give you 4 or 5 ways that you can use this infinity symbol this month to support yourself. Now, if you watched my last video, you know that we were talking about putting at the left side, writing what you're imbalanced for, and on the right side, deciding on how to balance yourself. And that's a great thing to do, and it's a great way of working with it. Now, you can use this also on an emotional basis by imagining that you're in one half of it and whoever you've got an issue with, a person, is on the other side, or maybe a situation that you want to resolve is in the other half. And you can imagine that you're within that infinity symbol and that everything is going to balance and work out well for you. Another way that you can use it is actually to use it in the air like this, and that's very good for anxiety because it helps you focus your mind and rebalance. Another way that you can do it is using it on the top of your mouth. Occupational therapists teach this a lot, and physiotherapists. And actually, I don't know, I can't really do this live for you, but do it on the top of your mouth, and that's very, very good to, again, rebalance you and focus you. So that's a good way of doing it. You can also use it to, you can imagine that you're putting it around you, and you can put it up and down like this as rebalancing as well. So the infinity symbol can be used in lots of ways. You can also walk the infinity symbol, and physiotherapists teach that a lot. So you can do that as a form of mindful practice. And as I said, I'm going to download all of this information onto my websites, justineevans.co.uk or creationfertility.com, and you can choose the way that you would like to use it this month. But I personally like the way that if you write the infinity symbol and then you work out what you're imbalanced with on a physical or an emotional level, and then on the right hand side put how you feel you can come into balance, and then you can focus on that this month. So that's the lemniscate, or the infinity symbol. So what I've done with me this month is that I've realised that abdominal weight is an issue, so I'm going to cut the carbs and exercise more. And emotionally, I recognise that stress can impact me, and that's how I perceive I've failed myself, which is a bit random, but anyway. So I'm going to be using the infinity visualisation to do that, exercise, have more fun, and do more self-nurture. So I also thought that what I would talk to you about, we talked a little bit on the last video about the nutrients and the fresh veggies that are available. I'm actually going to be talking more about that online, and I'm going to be putting some recipes up for you and the reasoning why you would use like asparagus and artichokes and beetroot and mint, etc. So and rocket and spinach and broccoli seeds and all of those, and how that supports your hormone balance this month. Particularly good for anyone who's got any kind of issues with hormone balance. And also I'm going to be putting up a big thing about seed rotating, and how the first half of your cycle you use certain seeds in your diet, and the second half you use the other part. And that's very good. That's actually using the infinity symbol itself, isn't it? So also I'm also going to be sharing with you today some lifestyle recipes. And I thought it would be really nice if we just thought of some really simple things that you could do to support yourself. So I've actually, as I said, I'm going to be at the Wellbeing Show next week in Kempton, and I will make up a whole load of herbs for people, and you're welcome to come and collect them if you would like. They're going to be for veggie steams, and I've got quite a few things in my garden at the moment. So I've got mint, rosemary, rose petals. What else have I got? Mint, rosemary, rose petals, raspberry leaves, thyme, I might have some sage as well. I've got various different things, and I'll make them all up in lovely little packs for you. But what you can also do is you could also make yourself some herbal vinegars at this time of year. And this is really good to ease your digestion. And you don't need an awful lot of it. But you can also use things like dandelions, which makes a great... it's really good for the hormone system and the endocrine system, and very simple to do. So all you can do is collect some dandelions. Again, I'll try and bring some. We're using the root, the leaves, and the flowers in this instance. You chop them all, or clean them obviously, chop them all up, put them in some apple cider vinegar. You can buy this from most supermarkets, and it's absolutely amazing stuff. Fantastic for blood sugars, great if you suffer from polycystic ovaries, but also it's very cleansing for your body, very good for your digestion. So we're going to put it in that, and then what you do is the root supports the liver, the leaves support the kidneys, and the flowers support blood sugars. But together they support the whole endocrine system. And what you can do is you can mix it all up, and then you have 3 teaspoons a day mixed with some water and some honey. And that's a really nice drink for you every day to really support your hormone balance. We're also using a lot of nettles this month because nettles are up, and I'm going to put on some nettle soup recipes for you. But again, you can make this nettle herbal vinegar, and that supports your immune system, so very good if you're suffering from hay fever right now. It's great for skin and hair, so again, if you suffer from polycystic ovaries or any kind of issue related to that, it would be fantastic for. And emotionally, nettles help you protect make your boundaries clear to people. So again, on an emotional basis, that is a good thing for you to do if you tend to have a boundary issue going on. And also, these are safe in pregnancy, by the way. And also you can use dandelion vinegar, nettle herbal vinegar to help with breastfeeding, because it promotes breast milk. And also very good, it's known for fertility support. So you're using the new growth leaves and the stems, okay? So you pick those, obviously use rubber gloves when you're using those, wash them fine, wash it carefully, and then wash and chop finely. I think that I would be tempted to put it in my blender to be honest. Put it in the Mother organic cider vinegar in a jar with a lid, and then you strain it to have 3 teaspoons daily, again with some water and honey, and that would really support all of those things that I've been saying. And I'm going to put these recipes, as I said, down for you. Now, another thing that you can do if we're working with lifestyle is make some hawthorn brandy. Now, hawthorn brandy is good for an overall boost to your heart. So that's very good if you're suffering from high blood pressure, if you suffer from high cholesterol, any of those things, that's really good for you. And it's also, hawthorn is the plant of sexuality and fertility, so you could use it for any of those reasons as well. And what you do is that you can you need to buy a bottle of brandy first of all. That's the first thing that you need to do. And then you need a whole cup of hawthorn flowers and a little bit of sugar. So again, you wash the hawthorn flowers. Today is a really good day, it's new moon, so this is a good day for you to go and pick those actually. And you mix all the ingredients together, and then you mix it all together, and then you could put it out in the moon tonight, and also at the full moon you could put it out again, and you would leave it in a cupboard after, and leave it for about 2 weeks before you're able to use this, okay? And then what you do is after 2 weeks you shake it, and then you strain it, and you have a shot of that a day. And again, if you want to mix it with water and honey, then you can do, and have it hot. But that's a great thing, that's hawthorn brandy for this time of year. Another thing that we can work with right now is using a rose elixir. So this is very good for anxiety and if you're under emotional stress. And you can either add this to the bath or make it yourself. And again, you'll need some vodka or brandy to preserve it, a little bit of local honey and some dried rose petals. And you just put that in a jar all together, and then you can use it. And again, you can charge it. You can charge your elixir under the full moon and the new moon. So another thing that we're going to be working with this month is also working with sacred baths, using oats and my creation essence, which I'll be selling on Saturday, some local honey, and then a handful of roses or nasturtiums, lavender, sage, parsley. You can use whatever you want, put it in your bath and lay in your bath to support yourself for hormone balance. And that's a really lovely thing to do, actually. It's a great thing to do, and we can absorb all of the nutrients and the bonuses, the nutrients, the love and the energy of the plants transdermally in our bath. So I'm going to be putting that recipe up for you as well. So another thing that we're going to be talking about, just briefly, I'm going to keep it short now, is veggie steams and why people would use them. Now, veggie steams are, somebody very kindly said to me, oh, it's a facial for the uterus. And actually that's a really nice way of looking at it. And basically what you do is that when we cycle each month, we don't always empty our uterus completely. And sometimes we can get a hardening of endometrium attached to the womb lining. And what veggie steams can do is that they can ease some menstrual imbalances. They're great for hot flushes and during menopausal times as well. With they're also fabulous post miscarriage or a negative assisted conception procedure when you're doing your cleanse, ready for trying for a baby again. And put very simply is that you collect a whole load of herbs, ones which you believe are going to support you, and then you heat them. You put hot water on it, boiling water, let it you need to let it cool a little, because obviously you're going to be sitting on top of the steam, so it needs to be cool enough to make it comfortable for you. Now what I tend to do is I tend to get people to boil a kettle, pour it all, pour the herbs, pour the water over the herbs in a large jug, and then I tell them to put it down the toilet and then sit on the toilet and put a blanket across them or a towel across them, so that all of the steam can enter the uterus and come through the vagina. So and then obviously when after about 20 minutes or so, when it's all cooled down, then you just flush it down the toilet. Now not everybody likes to do it that way, and you can use a bucket, or you can actually get you can get proper chairs which have got holes in, like commodes, and you could do it on that as well. But some of the herbs that are available at the moment are mint and lavender. Lavender is very good for the nervous system and also reduces inflammation, calms the body. Obviously you can use that as a tea as well. It's peppermint and is very good for polycystic ovaries and for estrogen and testosterone imbalances. Basil is very good for basil leaves are very good for menopause or bring on menstruation as well, and is very good to reduce the pain with menstruation, but is a great cortisol adaptogen. So that one I would really recommend as well. We've also got nettles, which I was talking about earlier, so that's very good for uterine issues, people who suffer with cystitis, calms inflammation, and also fluid retention if you tend to be one of those women who suffer from a lot of edema. Parsley is absolutely amazing, fantastic heart protector, hormone balancer, brain protector, very antibacterial, very good for blood sugars as well, helps decrease bloating, great for fertility, premenstrual, urinary tract issues. Raspberry leaves, fantastic for cramping and helps normalize your menstrual flow. Rose hips, you can buy rose hip tea very easily, but is a very high source of vitamin C, helps reduce stress in the body and eases bowels as well. Rosemary is great for circulation in the pelvis, so that's really good post miscarriage, and also if you're perimenopausal or if you're suffering from endometriosis. Rose petals is uplifting, relaxing, helps release stuck emotion. Sage is an estrogen balance, supports estrogen regularity. And yarrow, which is also around, helps with painful cramps as well. So we're going to be using all of these kind of herbs this month, and I'm going to be putting up recipes, etc. for you on my websites. So I hope you found that useful. I'm going to be putting all of this up, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Bye.